Good day and welcome to this episode of Iconic Wheels SA. My name is Stanley Willis and today I'll be having a look at a 1948 Studebaker M5. Bit of history on the brand. Studebaker was formed in 1852 by the Studebaker brothers in South Bend, Indiana in the United States. Before they started producing automobiles, they were producers of carriages, wagons, buggies and harnesses. In 1902, they started producing automobiles, and interestingly enough, they first produced an electric battery-operated car in 1902, and in 1904, they produced their first gasoline-powered motor vehicle, which was in partnership with Cornford Motor Company as well as EMF up until 1911. In 1912, however, they became an independent producer and produced gasoline modeled cars going forward for the next 50 years. And they really garnered a reputation for building quality and reliable vehicles. The company ran until 1967. The M Series was designed in the 1930s, and several M Series vehicles were manufactured before and after World War II. The vehicle I'm standing with here today is a 1948 model as mentioned. Let's take a look. The specific vehicle has been rebuilt with a Chevrolet 350 V8 engine. The owner of this car spent around 12 years restoring this, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's time that we met him. Cole, how are you doing?
Fine, and you? Thank you.
Very good, very good. Thanks for being on the show. Tell me, Cole, how did you go about acquiring this Studebaker?
Well, it's always looking for a specific vehicle to try and rebuild, and specifically a bakkie. This vehicle was standing in front of an antique shop in Raydene in Joburg, and I was hounding this guy for a couple of years on this vehicle.
Right.
And then one day he's just given up on my nagging and said that I could take the vehicle.
Oh, fantastic.
Paid $2,000 for it, had to borrow the money.
Unbelievable.
And that was in 2000. And then, just started stripping the vehicle. First of all, I was busy with some other builds as well at the same time.
Right.
So that's what's taken a while. And there wasn't much left of the vehicle except on a banged out suspension system, which I threw out. And then bought another old story Jag suspension. And I just went around acquiring lots of different things, which I thought would work to make this look fairly original, but slightly street rodded.
Right.
And
well, you've done a very good job, absolutely. I mean,
thank you very much.
It's a breathtaking vehicle.
Thank you.
No, 100%. And tell me, how did you go about deciding to put the Chevy 350 V8 into this car?
Well, I think that's the best motor to use because they were freely available.
Right.
And
it's still American, you know what I mean? You want to put an American
yes.
V8 into an American...
Well, Studebaker parts are not available.
No, 100%. I mean,
so
they did cease production in 1967, so it's going to be a little bit hard to come by, I
So
suppose.
I went for that option with that motor Jag setup, and that's what I created at the end of the day.
Right. Can you start her up for us?
Yeah, sure.
Can we maybe take it for a short drive?
Yeah.
Great. Right, so we're reversing out here now, taking this Studebaker for a spin. Geez, that sounds great, eh?
Especially there's the two pipes coming out on the sides. I think you hear the sound a lot better.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Opposed to them going out the back.
Yeah, it's really like stepping back in time. I mean, this is a 1940s vehicle, you know, I mean, there's not many of those around these days.
No, and you'll actually notice when you drive, people notice it. They wave, people will stop you, want to take photos.
No, of course. Look, I mean, it's certainly iconic in its own sense.
bakkie, and it's not a matter of how fast. I was
No,
saying,
absolutely not.
you want presence.
No,
What's
definitely.
the use of going wow and then to say,
No, I mean, these days,
what was that, you know?
these days you can build up a little hatchback with a turbocharger, and you can get speed from that. But I mean, that's not the idea with this.
This is not the idea.
It's a completely different kind of motoring appeal.
And the thing is, you know, it's like you say, you want a little hot hatch, you build it.
No,
It's
exactly.
built for presence
No, 100%.
and trying to preserve the old styling and stuff of the vehicle.
Oh, 100%.
We don't do it.
No, it'll be lost. It'll be an art that's been lost, and that would be extremely sad. So I'm grateful to guys like you with an appreciation for cars like this that put the time and effort into, you know, restoring, rebuilding this. No, it's great. So tell me, is the speedometer, okay, I see it's got a kilometers per hour and a miles per hour mark there. Is this the original speedo?
This is not the original speedo.
Ah, right.
When I bought the bakkie, it already had this one in. I had it fixed, but it only lasted 5 kilometers.
Oh, right.
I didn't bother taking it out. You know, with cell phones with GPS, with the cell phone here, you run on your GPS.
And I like this rev counter. Where did you acquire that?
That's a cheapie from, I think it was still auto style those years.
Oh, right.
Also, that's why I went to this option here. It all bolts on from the bottom, so even if you do decide to change something, you don't have to worry about holes in the dash and stuff
Sure.
as well. And with the radio hidden in here,
Oh, wow, fantastic.
also, you know, you either had to fit it here, but that's too small for a radio, and I didn't want to get rid of this little grill. And here's originally a speaker in here.
Wow, listen to that V8 sound.
Without the door panels, there's also stuff I just made, you know.
No, you were very creative with this, absolutely. I can understand why I don't think you'd ever want to sell this car. You put so much of your own, you know, personal effects in here, if I can call it that, but
Yeah, you know, also it didn't have a headlining, and I thought, you know what, it's too much hassle, so I just put the speaker board covering in here with a sponge underneath. Yeah, people just crowd around it. Also the small steering wheel, because the original ones are so big, your fingers almost touch the windscreen when
Yeah.
you turn. And with the power steering, you don't need a big wheel.
so you've built a power steering pump system into this.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything. From the Jag suspension, use the Jag's steering setup.
And so you even built a little USB port in here as well.
I had to charge my phone.
Ah, right. And air conditioning on this?
I've got a pump available.
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting there to do it, because a lot of planning and I haven't got time lately.
No traction control or
None of
stability control.
None of that stuff.
ABS brakes on this? No. Cole, thank you so much for today's episode. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
It's a stunning custom that you've built up here, and I hope you still enjoy it for very many years.
I'm sure I will.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cole.